We're live with Trinity University, Texas head coach Julie Jenkins and student athletes Nadia Kern and Marissa Amarino following the Tigers' victory over Middlebury in the second round of the 2021 NCAA Division III Women's Volleyball Championship. Coach, an opening statement, please.
Yeah, I think first off, I want to congratulate Middlebury. I think they're an outstanding team. I think this is a great win for us, and to be able to beat them in straight sets is a tribute to how hard our players came out. And I think, again, just like yesterday, we had the right intensity to start off the match and never let up. I thought it was the first thing that stood out was how solid our ball control was in this match. We had one reception error in 3 sets, and our players were really tracking the ball early. Our first contacts were allowing us to run the great offense that Marissa and Lexi run for our team. So, you know, real pleased with our intensity, real pleased with taking care of the first contact.
Coach, another number that stands out. Sure, you look at the stat sheet and you hit 311 for the match, but 103 total attacks for the team, just 11 errors. How impressed are you by your consistency offensively tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we just saw very few sloppy swings. I mean, our players are so disciplined about controlled finishes, especially when they're out of system, and seeing the block well and hitting it to the open spots. Yeah, I mean, I thought, you know, we had 11 blocks to Middlebury's 5. I mean, we just weren't allowing their block, you know, to get anywhere near our attack. We did a good job of swinging around the block and hitting what they were giving us.
Nadia, a lot of what Middlebury tried to do was disrupted by your defense, by the team's defense. You wearing the libero jersey, it looks like, correct? Take us through how important it is to make a good read and then get your team transitioned into offense.
I think the biggest thing is that we're always on our toes. We're always alert. We're also a very communicative team. We have great chemistry, so it really comes easy when it comes to balls that are in the seams, balls that are out of our range. We've really worked on practice, expanding our range, and everyone gets better every game, every practice, every year. So that's really our process in getting better at defense.
Marissa, 25 assists tonight, a key ingredient in what your team was looking to do offensively. How important for you as a setter to get your teammates involved and spread out the ball so that everybody gets swings and gets reps in the offense?
Yeah, I think it's, like Coach said, it's really easy for me when we have a great first pass, great ball control if I'm coming from the back row. It's always fun watching my hitters be successful, and I can trust each and every one of them. So it's honestly very easy for me to pick a decision on who I'm gonna go back to or continue to set. Yeah, it's always great having great chemistry with the hitters that I have. But yeah, it all comes down to the great ball control that we have from the start.
Coach, a nice contingent of fans here supporting the team and your student athletes, especially so far away from home.
Yeah.
How important is it to kind of really try to have as much of a home court environment as possible?
Yeah, I mean, our parents are a big part of our team. You know, last year we had the fat heads, no parents in the stands. And the parents are not going to, they don't want to miss 1 second of this season. And they've been, you know, with us home and away on so many of these trips. And they bring, you know, our bench, I think, has great energy. Well, our parents do too. For sure.
That's an understatement, Coach.
Yeah, and they truly enjoy each other. They're, you know, it's a Trinity volleyball family atmosphere, and we love that they come on these trips. And you know, I think Stevens made the best of a tough situation today. You know, having to change the game court after having issues with the main court, and I think it all worked out. Well, all worked out well, and it was just nice that our parents can be a part of it.
Speaking of the bench, speaking of the team chemistry and energy, one of the loudest, longest chants that I've heard in Canavan Arena in a long time before the game really seems to rile up the Tigers. What are y'all saying? What are the origins? I understand that it's a pretty lengthy tradition with Trinity Volleyball. What's that about?
Well, it definitely came long before us. We learned it as freshmen, and the first half is in Spanish, and it's really just chanting as loud as you can. I'm sure half of us are saying something different, or we're not sure what we're saying. But the second half is just lots of clapping, jumping around, people chiming in, and then we have 2 people named Sarah. So we toss them around in the center, and there seems to always be 2 Sarahs, from what we understand. I'm not sure how long that's been a part of it, but it's the goal is just to be as loud as you can, and we're really close together, holding each other. So I think that's the basically Somos is what it's called, which means us in Spanish.
Marissa, Nadia eloquently spoke about the chemistry and how important that is to be as loud as you can, be as supportive as you can. Was that chemistry what allowed y'all to get off to a great start, as Coach indicated, kind of a bit of a crazy scenario throughout the venue this evening? How did that chemistry really show in that first set?
Yeah, I definitely think so. We're always used to overcoming adversity. There's always different scenarios that we have to overcome, and we're really good about sticking to our game plan, going over what we need to before we even step out on the court, no matter what the situation is. And I think that our chemistry does help a lot, but it also comes from our great leadership, from our coaching staff. It comes so natural to us to lean on them and trust that they have faith in us to get the job done. So I think that our chemistry, again, is phenomenal, and it helps us overcome a lot of adversity.
Thank you. Coach, we'll close with you looking ahead tomorrow, NYU, top 10 matchup in the AVCA poll, and a regional final at that tomorrow here in Hoboken. How quickly do you develop a game plan, or do you really just try to focus on the things that you bring to the table and try to implement your way tomorrow?
Yeah, I think you've got to do both. You know, you definitely have to take care of your side of the net, but for sure we'll have a game plan on what adjustments we want to make offensively and defensively with NYU. And, you know, it was nice to be able to watch them play today and even on day one. They're a solid team. I think Andrew's got his program going in the right direction, and we're excited to play them. I think this is only the second time in the history of our program to play each other, and the first time was 2 days after 9/11. They came to Trinity. And this was under a different coach. So, you know, we have played them in the past, but it was under tough circumstances for their program. And so we're excited to get to play them tomorrow. I think it's going to be a fantastic match with great volleyball.
Well, we'll be looking forward to that. Get some sleep, get some rest, have some dinner. Congratulations on advancing to tomorrow's regional final. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank
Charles.
you.
Thanks for having us.